Good morning, everybody. It's Pastor John with another edition of Monday Morning Quarterback. So, yesterday we talked about how Jesus tears down walls that separate people from God's love. And I want to unpack that a little bit because it's a nice sentence and it's like you hear it and go, oh, yeah, that's right, he does. But I want to unpack that because I think um, we really miss oftentimes the full impact of what that means. Jesus tears down walls that separate people from God's love. Now, throughout his ministry, Jesus did this. He reached people who were considered reachable. He forgave people that seemed to be unforgivable. He did all these things. He healed people that were isolated from the community. He did all these things that made people feel separated from God's love. But here's the important thing. What separated people from God's love was not God. It was us. It was our sin. In fact, that's kind of a great definition of sin, I think. Something that separates us or others from the love of God. Something that puts up a wall between God's love and us. In the sermon, I used the illustration of Belvoir Fortress in Israel and talked about how the Crusaders who built the fortress thought that because they had walls they felt were impenetrable, that they were safe. But what they failed to remember was that walls that separate might keep things out, but they also serve as a boundary. Okay, so they're not just protection; they're a boundary. They keep us in, and emotional, spiritual walls function the same way. We can set up a wall to protect us from getting hurt or whatever. We can set up a wall that kind of protects us from wounds we may have experienced in our lives. The problem with the wall is that not only does it protect us from without, but it isolates us from within. And so what Jesus does is he tears down those walls. Now, when you tear down, if anyone's ever been in the process of therapy, they know that when you tear down walls, emotional, spiritual walls in like a therapeutic process, usually there's pain before there's joy. You have to experience that thing that you were avoiding. But here's the gift that Jesus offers. In the midst of that thing that we were afraid to experience, God's love is there. It's there. And it's equipping us. It's filling us. It's sustaining us. It's transforming us. And having once been transformed, we become agents of transformation in the world. Human sin creates walls between us and God and us and others. And if you're experiencing that kind of thing, then that's a good indication that you're probably not on the right path. Anyone who tells you that the solution to your problems is to put up walls that separate you from others probably does not know God as much as they claim to. Because Jesus was all about tearing down walls that separate people from God's love and that separate people one from another. Have a great week, my friends. God bless.